Before starting off with this video, please make sure that the Bluetooth dongle is connected to your phone via the OTG connector. Next, make sure that the iOSync is turned on. After that, you should notice that both of them are showing a bluish green LED light, which indicates that they are paired together. And lastly, make sure that your phone is connected to the Bluetooth headsets or wired earphones provided to you in the box of iOSync and are carefully plugged into your ears firmly to be able to listen to the hard sounds while auscultating. If you are facing any issues, we request you to please check our video number 3, which is about connecting the Bluetooth dongle. And if there are still problems which are not resolved, we request you to please reach out to our customer support team with the number shown over the screen. And with that, we launch our iShare mobile application and dive into this video. So let's begin. First, let us log in with our login credentials given to us by IO Devices. Here at the top, we enter the username. Next, we enter the password. After that, we tap on login here. It takes us to a new screen where we will have to select our device, and since we are using iOSync Plus dongle, I am going to tap over it. After that, we tap done. That lands us on our home screen under the recorder tab over here. And to now connect the mobile application to our device, we tap on connect here. In the next screen, we will notice that our mobile application has detected the device. So let's tap connect over it, and that's it. We are now connected with our device. On the top, you will see a confirmation which reads iOSync Plus dongle connected with a blue tick mark, and to the bottom of it we will see various modes of listening and recording the heart and lung sounds. Now let us get into the recording of the heart sounds. So simply tap over it. Once we have done that, we will see a position chart. This position chart has been given here to indicate which locations one should auscultate while listening to the heart sounds. As we can see, position number 1 is somewhere in the middle of the person's chest and towards the top. That is the aortic region of the heart, followed by pulmonic region, which is position number 2. Next, we have the tricuspid's location at 3, and finally we have the mitral valve's region at position number 4. So we can remember these positions from the chart and always come back to it in case of any confusion regarding the positions. Let us proceed to recording by tapping the Go to Recording at the bottom of the screen. So let's tap over it. This is the new screen. At the top, we will see the numbers 1, 2, 3 and 4. So these numbers refers to or corresponds to the various regions of the heart valves that we had just spoken moments ago. That is, tab 1 is aortic, tab 2 is pulmonic, and so on. And by going into these tabs in a sequential manner, one after another, we will successfully be able to record the heart sounds at all the regions of the heart. So this current tab, which is marked 1, is for recording the sounds at the aortic region. And here we will be able to record the sound for a total of 10 seconds. Now, to record in this region, I will place the iOSync with the connected chest piece in the aortic region of my heart, that is over my chest, with my thumb on the volume wheel and slowly bring it all the way down to the maximum while recording. And like always, we have to make sure that our earphones or Bluetooth headsets are connected to our phone and are firmly placed in our ears to listen to the heartbeats. Finally, we press this round blue button here at the bottom of the screen to start recording. Here, after 10 seconds, we will notice that the sound was recorded and also we would have listened to it over our earphones or headsets as well. And now, to listen to what we have just recorded, we can simply press this play button here, which was earlier our record button, and listen to it via our headsets. Here, the PCG refers to the phonocardiogram, which is nothing but a graphical representation of the heart sounds that we were just listening to. And as we go further into these videos, we will understand how the iShare application makes use of this very phonocardiogram to detect heart murmurs in the sounds that we were listening to. And in case we want to reduce the speed of the sounds that we were listening to, we can first hit this upward arrow over here to bring up the playback speed menu and choose from the options given here as to how slow we want to listen to the playback. This mode of playback is especially suitable for the clinicians or pediatricians to detect abnormalities in the heart sounds when they auscultate children below the age of 2 years, as well as other children in their early years of growing up. Moving on, in case we want to delete what we have just recorded, then simply click on this trash icon to the bottom right of the screens. And it will ask for our confirmation that whether we would like to delete the sound for position number 1. And we just need to go ahead and tap yes to delete. In this video, we are not going to do that since it's a tutorial. So I'm going to tap on the cancel instead. And now let's look at one of the prime features of iSync, which is the all new denoise feature. So after we have recorded the sounds, we will notice these two tabs appear at the top of the screen, which says original and denoised. So in case we want to listen to the denoised sounds of the heart's region that we have just recorded, we need to simply tap on denoised. We will notice that the iShare app has denoised the audio, and in a few moments we will be able to listen to it right on our earphones or headsets. And when we tap on this play button at the bottom of our screens, we listen to the denoised audio. So let's do that. And that is how the denoise works. Also, in case we want to listen to the original one, we can always tap on the tab on the left of the denoise tab over here and click on the play button at the bottom. So once we are done with recording sounds at position number 1, we can go ahead and similarly record the sounds for positions number 2, 3 and 4. Here we would like to emphasize on the point that we have built the iShare application in such a way that we can easily record heart sounds from one location after another in a sequential order, so that we don't miss out on any particular region of the heart. Similarly, we can go to position number 2, 3 and 4, which are the tricuspid and mitral regions of the heart, and record the sounds. So yes, once we have finally recorded all the 4 sounds, we can quickly switch between all the locations and double check our sounds by listening to them over our earphones or headsets. And once we are satisfied with what we have recorded, we can quickly save all this together by tapping the save button at the bottom of the screen. This takes us to this new screen to save the recordings, where all the sounds are stored under the respective patient's ID. This takes us to this new screen to save the recordings, where the sounds are stored under the respective patient's ID. By default, this list may be empty for us because this may be our first time on the iShare application, or we haven't previously saved anything. But in case we did and we want to save this set of recordings to the particular patient, then go ahead and tap on the save button right in front of it. In case we want to save the recordings under a new patient ID, we can do that as well by tapping this plus icon at the bottom of the screen. This will bring up the screen where we will see a form with an auto-generated ID at the top of it, like the number 43 here, which is more or less like a name of the patient through which we can identify his or her recordings from the patient's list. We at IO Devices decided to take this step of identifying a patient by a number instead of a name or other markers in order to keep the patient's identity anonymous even to us, in order to adhere to the privacy and confidentiality norms. So in the next line, that is the OPD ID, we can give our own ID over here, after which we can give details about the age. Say the patient is 26 years old, so we can type that. followed by gender as male, and following that we can check in other problems as well via the check boxes such as heart problems or lung problems or other problems as well. And in case if the problems are not listed over here, we can always type them in here in this field underneath. And finally, let us click on save, and it will give us a quick summary of all that we have just entered, and tap on OK. That takes the sounds to the cloud where they are saved as well as in your phone. Now to see the recordings that we have just saved, go to the Patients tab here at the top by tapping over it. And at the bottom of this list, we will see the entry that we had just saved, which can be identified with the auto-generated ID by the iOS application, which in our case is number 43. So tap over it, and we will see a couple of recordings right at the top. And to see all of them, just tap on Show More and click on the play button over to the left to listen to them. Further, if you look at the bottom of the recordings, we can see a button which says Denoise. On tapping it, we will see that we are taken to a new screen which says Denoise at the top, and in a few moments the sounds will get denoised and show up right underneath the current list of sounds that we had just recorded. With that, we will notice that we can now share both the original sounds and denoised ones as well with anyone by tapping over the respective share buttons underneath them. So let us go ahead and tap share. That will give us a pop-up from the bottom of the screen which will provide us with various modes of sharing. And it is our suggestion that the sounds should always be shared over mail, as it prevents compression of the sounds that we have recorded and also ensures high quality lossless sound is heard by the person with whom we are sharing the sounds with. So I tap Gmail over here as my mail is already synced with my phone. This brings up the compose screen in my Gmail, and we can see all the sounds are already attached to this mail. At the top, you will see the from address, which is my email ID, and we just need to fill in the receiver's ID in the to field. So let us do that. You can also type in the subject of the mail if you want to, and finally tap the send button over here. And now your mail is sent along with the sounds attached to them. And with that, we come to the end of this part of the video, and in the next video we will be taking a look at how we can record the lung sounds as well. So see you there.